leaving that Kriya question, which I am repeating today, you can ask any other question. Yes.
What do you mean when you say that waking, dreaming, sleeping are states of consciousness?
Yes. These three states are experienced by the jiva, individual soul. The individual soul is experiencer of this. Mind has not capacity to do that. Yes.
Swamiji, I have many questions, but
Come out.
it is related to practice. I tried it yesterday night and today morning, and faced certain problems. The major problem was how to come out of it. My body was totally, like a stone. My mind and all the nervous system was exhilarating and joy.
That is a sign and symptom that you did something.
Yes.
But if you do it properly and accurately, perhaps you will feel better. Yes.
You were talking about 7 states, and then possibly you could clarify something for me. Going from waking to dreaming, an in-between state, and in between dreaming and sleeping, and in between sleeping and turiya. But coming back, if you can go from turiya to any of the other states, wouldn't there be direct in-between states that are more than 7?
When you have attained turiya, then you are master. You can easily observe anything if you attain the height or summit. From there you can see up, above, here, there, everywhere. Yes.
As we deepen our meditation to get to turiya, do we enter the sleeping and dreaming states on the...
No, you can bypass. But you will have to go through it, but you don't have to go through the effect of waking, dreaming, and sleeping. But it's a gate. There is no other gate. You will have to go through that. Yes.
The 4 instruments of mind, ego, citta, etc., how does that relate to conscious and unconscious? Do each of those have conscious and unconscious
Mind
aspect?
is an instrument. Consciousness is flow of Chaitana, which is energy come knowledge.
When you talk of conscious and unconscious mind, though, does ego have a conscious and unconscious part? And
it is involved with both, conscious and unconscious both. Antaha means inner. I am going to explain to you a little bit this. Yes. More questions?
One more question.
One, wait. Yes.
Is vichara and surrender, do they coexist, or is surrender the culmination of vichara?
Without having right vichara and nididhyasana that you are talking, surrender is not possible. Nididhyasa is right discrimination, developing the faculty of discrimination, buddhi, that this is not right and this is right. When you have developed your faculty of discrimination, with the help of that you go ahead, beyond the mire of that discrimination. What will it? You will face sleep. Because in sleep there is no discrimination. But if you are strong enough to persist and maintain consciousness, you can go beyond and attain turiya. Yes.
Swamiji, could you say a few words how we should contemplate on?
Good. Yes.
Either you are going to tell later on.
I'm going to.
Okay, in emergency, if one has to come out, is there any way or no?
There is no emergency in it, it's good. Why do you want to come out with the emergency?
If someone is dying, you are supposed to chant shaking me.
I'll tell you something. This I saw in my life. There was one retired couple who decided to stay in a city of Vrindavan during their retired life. And I was there. Not only the same city, the same lane, staying next to that house. So their grandson came to visit them. It was an old couple. So naturally, woman gets attached to the things because she's more responsible as far as worldly things are concerned. Men are not responsible by nature. So he resigned and dedicated himself long ago to the Lord also. All his concerns, total dedication was there. So when he was sitting in puja or meditation, he had instruction not to disturb him no matter what happens in the world. Somebody dies, somebody is born, nobody should disturb. That child, grandson, fell down from the 4th floor, and the whole street or lane was full of rocks. There is no chance of survival if somebody falls down from 4th floor, especially a child. The child fell down from 4th floor. The grandmother got up when she was under the pressure of great agony and anxiety and pain. So she told, old man, you get up. What is this puja? Take him to the doctor. He smiled and he started doing again these things. Again she said, you stupid fellow, my grandson, she accused him, gave him good name. My grandson fell down from the 4th floor, and you hypocrite, you are sitting in meditation, and you know that it has happened when I told you. He said, as long as I am in meditation, nothing bad will happen. But something might happen if I go out. He might die. I better stay in meditation. But woman wouldn't listen. So finally, you know, in India you have some artificial thing, some indigenous thing to sweep, that's called jhadu. So she brought the jhadu and she started beating him up with that. Because husband-wife relationship sometimes leads to such fights too, fist-to-fist fight. He started beating, but she wouldn't say anything. Finally, she kicked him, but she wouldn't. When he wouldn't get up, she went to the chula, kitchen, where they make fire by uniting fuel wood, and brought that and started hitting with that. Poor fellow had suffered because of many burns on his body, because I witnessed that. But he wouldn't get up. Finally she got angry and she started crying and shouting. After half an hour, he came out and he said, nothing has happened to my grandson. But you wanted to kill him. You almost killed me, injured me, and he was so firm on his faith that when you are in meditation, nothing bad will ever happen to you. What emergency you want? You want to protect yourself from God? You want to protect yourself from blissful state? You want to protect yourself from Turiya? You want to come out and think that world will protect you? Most unsafe place is the world. The greatest enemy that you have are in your home. Who claim to love you? Strangers are not your enemy. Who make you unhappy are those who love you, who claim to love you. Once you understand this, then you go, you find a refuge, shelter to your inner world, without hurting anybody, injuring anybody, telling, I don't love you, I love God more than you. Such people do not say. They see God in everyone. Then they love everyone as God. So for them there is no problem. Any other question? Yes.
So pertaining to that topic, you mentioned that God will protect you, or you will be protected while you're in a state of meditation.
What are you going to lose? The question is. What are you protecting yourself from? First question is, you should always think, what are you protecting yourself from? From accident? Have you heard about Buddha? There was one great robber who used to rob passerby. So he decided to become it, you see, voodoo man. So somebody told him, if you can cut the fingers of living human beings and collect 1001, you will become a great enlightened one. He collected many, but he needed a few more. He didn't find anybody except his mother. So he wanted to cut his mother's finger, mother ran. By chance, Buddha was coming from the other side. So when Buddha saw, Buddha pushed her behind. And he said, here are the fingers you need. When he raised his sword, he could not come down. The sword wouldn't come down. Because he believed in perfect ahimsa, non-killing, non-harming, non-injuring, non-hurting. You see. When you learn to love everyone and practice it by non-killing, non-harming, non-hurting, non-injuring, it is called love in practice. Many of you claim to love each other, but you don't practice. Simply those claims are claims. You think that leaning on somebody, expecting something from somebody, because somebody is your friend, because somebody is your wife, so you love. No. Love should be practiced in daily life. Whom you love, you don't think of ever injuring, hurting and harming, killing. That is true expression of love. Without expression, there is something wrong with that conviction. Karana, karya, svabhava. Something is said in Sanskrit. The effect tells you what the cause is. Cause creates effect. As father produces son, son does not produce father. So when you learn to practice in daily life, the principles, the conclusions, the helpful convictions, then you enjoy them. You cannot hurt someone and say, I love you. That is, that love turns into something different. I have seen a patient in Kansas State Hospital who killed her husband because she used to love him very much. And that was her history. So when I went to observe, she asked me, do you love me? I said, yes. Then why do you not kill me? You know. These interpretations are because of our disturbed mind. In love, you give without any condition. You don't expect anything. If you expect anything in return, then love is 50% reduced love. When we talk about God, we talk about ultimate truths. It's not like the love you express towards human being. Love for human being is entirely different than for God. You see. Two people love a girl, they will kill each other. But two people love God, they will love each other. That love is universal. This love is personal. This personal love is also valid because it teaches you how to love and expand yourself to universal consciousness. Now, let me reply many of your questions. Waking, dreaming, sleeping, and that which is called Turiya, beyond. But I told you there are substations between waking and dreaming. And that is called Unmani, where mind does not remember anything from waking state, but only becomes fully aware of the impressions within which are stored in the unconscious mind, and when your body is relaxed, then they flow from the unconscious mind and you start dreaming. It's intermediate state. There is another state, dreaming and sleeping, that is aladani. Yesterday I did not remember, Prakash, that word. Aladani state. That aladani state of mind is artificial joy. Joy is joy. As you get ananda and bliss in deep sleep, the experiencer of the sleep is not aware of the external world, is not aware of dream. There are no dream contents, the experiences, there are no external world experiences, there is no discrimination. During that time, consciousness enjoys its own bliss, for it is its own nature is full of bliss. So deep sleep is considered, not only considered, is bliss. You see. If you do not sleep for many days, can you enjoy anything of the world? Come on, take the best thing that you consider enjoyment. Can you enjoy if you are not allowed to sleep? What do you do when you enjoy the best of the things? What do you want to do after that? You want to go to rest, sleep. Because that was not a final enjoyment which you enjoyed. Final enjoyment is sleep. But the yogis say it's not final enjoyment, because when you go to sleep, when a fool goes to sleep, he comes out as a fool. There is no change in him. There is no transformation. This is not the case with Turiya. If a fool by chance goes to Turiya, he has to become sage. Even if by chance, like Seoul, by chance came in touch with that great power and his whole life was transformed and he became St. Paul. Balmik, the great robbers who used to rob anyone and everyone, even the Swamis, sadhus. When he came in touch with that great power, Turiya, completely his whole life was transformed. Some sadness, some accident, some loss in life came allow you to touch that particular part. When you lose someone who is dear to you, you say, what is this world? Is this the world that I was expecting from? You became completely detached from the whole world because you never realized the meaning of life on this platform. But when you have buried that person, cried enough, by that time you are perfect sage. But when you turn your face towards home, I have this to do, I have to do this, I have to do this, you forget and you lose that. If that particular time, when you have that vairagya, genuine non-attachment, and you say, come on, I want to search the reality and truth, this is all false. Perhaps that moment can lead you to the highest wisdom one day. I'll tell you a small story. There was a Swami like me who used to teach his students like you. Yet newcomer came and started, and Swami was talking about non-attachment and renunciation. And he explained how non-attachment means pure love, how renunciation is without non-attachment, practice of non-attachment has no meaning. He understood. He left the world, renounced the world, he became perfect. So one day he said, I have become perfect, let me go and see my brothers and sisters. Perhaps everybody is enlightened up to this time. So they found out that Swami was still giving discourses and the students were still sleeping. You see. Wise people take advantage of the right moment. Such moments come in life. They are called lucky moments. They come in everyone's life. Is there anyone who has never had any supernatural experience? Everyone has, some way or the other. Extrasensory perception, you had. Just examine, cast your eyes back, look back and you will find there are many things which cannot be solved. Do you think that physics are able to solve all the questions you pose? I want to pose a question. A black cow eats green grass, makes white milk, which turns into yellow butter. What have you to say about it? How does it happen? Physics has not gone into such a great details, you see, because it deals with the external world. What I mean to say, there are many things beyond our grasp, there are many things beyond the field of our intellectualization. If you systematically pursue, inquire, explore, you can attain the fourth state. Nowhere the subject matter has been discussed before this way except in this Upanishad called Mandukya Upanishad, and nowhere in a detailed way commentary has been given except to Gaudapada Acharya, which is respected by Hindus, Buddhists, and all the intellectuals of the world. We experience dreaming, waking state, and then we go to dreaming state, then we go to sleeping state. This scripture says, dreaming state, if not real, then waking state is not also real. They both are unreal. Because when you go to deep sleep, they lose their you see, existence. Does the world lose its existence if you look at from your senses? Of course. Suppose you don't use one of the senses, eyes. World will be different. This world looks exactly the way you see it because of our senses. We all have similar senses, that's why we have similar experiences. Suppose you develop a sixth sense, the world would look different. The horizon that I see through this window is very narrow and small, tiny. I cannot convince that person who is outside it that horizon is so small. He will laugh at me. I cannot convince the person who is in darkness, who has never seen light, anything about light. I cannot convince any person who has been eating sweets, you see, and telling me what sweet taste is. There are few things which are inexplicable. They can be realized, but they cannot be explained. This particular Upanishad says, you have to experience, you have to understand that there is only one experiences of waking state, dreaming state, sleeping state, and Turiya is the last. This is called Vaishvanara, this is called Tejasa, this is called Prajna. In other scriptures, if you want to study other scriptures, you see, somewhere it is called Virat, you see, and somewhere then dreaming state is called something different, sleeping is something different, Turiya is something different. Dreaming is called Hiranyagarbha, sleeping is called Ishvara, and this is called Brahman. Various scriptures use various words. So when you go from waking to dreaming state, you come where that line, that fine demarcation lies. That state is called Unmani. You see, there is one word, Sandhya. Sandhya word, Sandhi, where to meet. When day weds the night, that wedding period is called Sandhya. Why it is called Sandhya? When day means Pingala, meets night, means Ida, then that wedding is called Sandhya. During that time, what happens? The great joy occurs, which is called Sushumna. You experience great joy because of the meeting. There is a final meeting of Jiva with the Brahman. That final meeting is called Turiya, fourth stage. Why do you want to attain that? What is a necessity? Why teachers talk about it and why students want to know about that state? There is one Ananda for all of you, our parents, grandparents have realized that. That is called Vishaya Nanda. Enjoyment, sensual joy. Sensual joy comes when Vishaya, any object, for man, woman, for woman, man, any object that you like. When your senses go out to that object, so far I am talking, I am not aware. Now I am enjoying this flower. This is a Vishaya, and I am experiences, and my senses are contacting. This is called Vishayananda. Highest of joy in the world is considered sexual joy. Say, what is that? When two people meet, man and woman. Yogis say when Ida, Pingala and Ida meet. But that joy you cannot retain for a long time. You are trying to do same thing repeatedly, but that joy never comes for a long time. There is no expansion in that joy. Finally, it leads to disgust. You are retained the object of the world because by the time you have children, you have concern, you have common responsibilities. You see. Whole life you spend for expanding that joy, but nothing happens. You always say, oh, if I get married to this boy or this girl, perhaps I will be in joy all the time. That's how all the girls remain in dreamland. And finally they get disgusted after some time. Look at this horrible man whom I wanted to be man of my life. He's horrible. But by that time it's late. You see. Knowing this fact that on this platform, on the external world, which is called waking state, the joy is very little. But that taste encourages you to attain higher joy. Where is that joy? You go to sun, moon, star, and you see all the things in the external world. I have bigger house than you, perhaps I will get joy. I have many cars, you don't have many, perhaps I will get car. You get 4 B's. Bank balance, a beautiful bungalow, a beautiful woman. You see? You get many, many B's, but nothing happens. The external world you have examined, the waking state you have examined, the joy is there, but there is very little. It does not last for a long time. It is called momentary joy. Now, one person is not complete. So 2 persons united. Let us both find out where that state, which is a state of highest joy. So 2 become like 2 wheels of the same chariot called life, and they both start leading their chariot towards going in search of that permanent joy. Paramananda is only imagination. It is not possible I got joy like this in unity between man and woman. Perhaps if there is God, I meet him, the joy will be Paramananda, everlasting joy. So they both quietly discuss, hey, is this life? They laugh. Did you get anything? She says, no. Be truthful, man. Did you get anything, old man? He says, no. So far we have seen in the external world, let us go inside. Go to the subtler world. Let us examine another dimension called, you see, dream world. The experience there are a little bit different. Here in the world, you have objects. There you have impressions, cognitive experience. As long as you dream, you are not the same exactly the way you were in waking state. Suppose you are king in waking state, but in dreaming state you become a donkey. And 4 hours you dream that you have become a donkey. Oh, one day I was a king and suddenly I have become donkey. And you are in great agony. Many times you will find that you are being beaten up or whipped in your dream. That pain is genuine. But genuine in dreaming reality. This pain and pleasure which we are feeling is genuine in waking reality, but dreaming reality is also genuine. Their experiencer is experiencing only the impressions, and here experiencer is experiencing the objects of the world. You are not satisfied with both levels. Search continues. You see. Who is the most ancient traveler in the history of the universe? Love. Love is the most ancient traveler in the universe. See, from your childhood onwards, start examining. What child does? Child loves none but bosom of his mother. Love travels. Child likes to have colors, striking colors. Love travels. Child likes to have build house. Mother loves him and he loves mother. But if mother destroys the house, he becomes enemy. He will not love mother. He loves his house that he built on the sand. Slowly the child's love, the love goes to another avenue. Child loves honors, degrees, praises. Love is not satisfied. Goes to another avenue and is attracted towards another sex. They decide to get together. They make experiment. Nothing happens. Finally, the love stands all alone. I have known to love everyone, but I have not known to love myself. I am seeker, I am the fountainhead of love and light, myself. Even after sleeping state, having deep rest, blissful state, a human being comes out. Why does he come out? He wants to experience his joy that he had. It means we can experience joy with our senses better than any way in the external world. So this external world experience is not invalid. We want to have all experiences here. I want to see God with my two eyes. If God exists somewhere, I want to see Him. If God exists somewhere, I want to smell Him. If God exists somewhere, I want to touch Him. This is human tendency. The Upanishad says, no, you are not experiencing only waking state, dreaming state, sleeping state. There is a state beyond which is called Turiya, the highest, where there is no sadness, where there is no pain. Of course, sadness and pain disappear here when you are in sleeping state. Who is your son, who is your father, who is your beloved, who is your lover, you forget all that. You go to deep sleep. It means, here you have to feel something, but don't feel bad about it, you know. You are all alone there. You don't say to your wife, let's go both there and be aware when we are sleeping. No, you become aware when you are awake. That experience is your personal experience. Your dream is your personal dream, that is not your wife's and child's dream. Your sleep is your personal sleep. You go to a personal chamber, but then that is not universal experience. It lacks universal experience, because we all are not there. Now we want a joy which is experienced by whole universe. Truth is that truth which encompasses whole universe, which is beneficial universally, which is universal truth. Personal truth, individual truth, is not considered to be totally valid. Among all states, the joy which you attain in waking state, better than you get joy in sleeping state. But yogis say there is a state beyond, when the joy we receive in the world, that does not last for a long time. Yogis say, no, if you go to the highest state, where you find whole universe, you see, when you attain that summit, when you attain that peak, from there you will see here, there, everywhere, up and below. Turiya is the final state yogis like to attain for having complete bliss which will fulfill their one single ambition of attaining absolute truth. Now, there are exercises for that. I am coming back to the exercises. This gentleman practiced very experienced. Have you experienced others? Because I told you to do some practice. Did you? How many of you did get time to do it? Are you cheating me? I don't cheat you. Why are you cheating me? Really? Okay. Can tell me what is your experience? Yes.
How do you know when you're just meditating or when you're just thinking Om that your exhalation is twice as long as your inhalation? How can you be sure?
Yes. Now, when you are not very sure, you are not doing anything. You have to be first very sure before you do something. Because I told you, before you do meditation, have your Sankalp Shakti built. Any ritual, any spiritual ritual, any religious ritual, any practice, first thing is to build your Sankalp Shakti, will power. I will do it. I can do it. I have to do it. I am fully equipped to do it. This is my birthright. This is called willpower. But if you are not very sure, you will be wasting your time and energy. Don't do anything. Let you first know the technique fully, then practice it. Any other? Yes.
As the breath went up and down, I experienced the front of the face and then the spine. Is that correct, or should it be the entire inside of the...
Suppose there is some target here, and I tell you to shoot your arrow on that target. And I say, what do you see? Do you see? You say, I see this wall also, this wall also. I say, no, you cannot shoot. If someone says, I don't see anything except that point, I'll say, you can shoot. Lack of concentration will deviate your mind. Sometimes your mind is going to backward, sometimes frontward. You have a wish to do, but you have not trained your mind to be concentrated.
Are there individual bullseyes then?
No.
Along the route?
No. Only one technique. I and you close our eyes, we both have darkness feeling. I and you open our eyes, we both see light. It's so definite. It cannot be. To this, we all here say 2 and 2, this will make 4. No one can say it makes 5. It's a simple knowledge. So the technique is so perfect, it should be so perfect any technique you practice, it should have the same result. Either you have not perfect technique, or you are not practicing according to the way it should be practiced. There is something wrong. Our mind is not prepared. Situation is different. You are not very sure. Yes.
My body becomes lighter.
Okay, I will tell you. Yes.
I experienced that in the beginning my breath was jerky, and after a while it became smooth, and I found that automatically my breath was going a great distance, and my whole body felt like there was electricity going in my whole body, and I felt totally alert. And towards the, after a while, I felt that when I was exhaling, a sound came out.
Now I want to tell you something. When I left India with $8 because my government would give only $8. So I went to Calcutta. From Calcutta through Pacific Airways, I went to Hong Kong. So in the lounge, out of courtesy, as others were paying tip to the waitress because I had a cup of tea, I also paid $2. $2 for tea and $2 tip. Now I have $4. With $4, I went to Japan. I used to smile. Why did I smile? People thought that this person is very happy. No, that's not true. I used to smile, what a fool I am, going to Japan with $4. But my master said, wherever you go, you will find your friend, don't worry. Your mission is with you. In Japan, I met somebody at the airport. And this is a long story. But after some time, that somebody at the airport asked me, Swami, where will you stay? No, it was winter, so I was wearing silken garment. And it was very cold. So I was walking like a lord. Because if you have nothing, you have everything. Well, you should have nothing, totally nothing, no support. You see, the day I feel that I don't have any friend, then my meditation is the best. But the day I think that I have somebody, that is distraction. If you don't have anyone, then definitely you have only one, who is the Supreme. So I carelessly, there is nothing to lose, so I used to walk, that became my habit. So that man said, custom man said, there was no way for stopping me because I did not have much belonging. I had only one shoulder bag. He said, Lord, which country do you come from? He jokingly said. I said, of course, from the Himalayas, India. He wanted to stop me, talk to me. He said, what is in your bag? I said, garment like this. Do you want to have one? He said, no. So by chance, I kept an apple in my bag. And fruits are not allowed to another countries. He said, sir, fruits are not allowed. I said, you can have it. He, of course, did not eat it, threw it away. Here outside, I meet somebody. And he was very curious. He said, may I know where are you going to stay? And there was no place for me to stay. So I suddenly remember my master. I said, of course, I will stay with a friend of mine. He said, where is your friend? And I wouldn't say anything because I did not have any friend. Third time he said, I think you are my friend. And he said, yes, I am your friend. Let's go. I followed him. When we sat in the car, there in the big limousine, there was TV and all these gadgets there. I said, I thought this man is very poor. But when I saw his car and all that, it was so posh. So on the way, he spoke broken English. He said, I have only one son and he is dying and you should heal and you are healer. I said, I am not. Drop me here. If I cannot heal, it will be not good. So suddenly I had got tingling. The tingling sensation is the indication of contact with my master. I was taught that. He said, go ahead. Every day I said, if this boy dies, what will happen to me? Either that tingling sensation is wrong, that fear was in my mind. But I used to do my work. And medically, they said he had developed hepatitis, and he has liver damage, and he cannot play more than 3 months. And at that point, we used to cook meals in Indian way, and I used to feed, and I used to talk to him, and he became mine, very close to me. I used to put him on my breast. By chance, I don't know what happened, but he got well, and he is now 29 years old, married, having 2 kids, calls me Papa. So, his wife came in Japanese, in kimono. She came and said, with a bowl of water, both said, half of the wealth belongs to you and half to him. Now we will be your servant. I said, look here, if you give me anything, he will die. So choose first. Because I said, if I stay here, I can explore in the world. He said, okay, he was afraid. So I started teaching in a monastery. Just Jain monastery. In Jain monastery, they pay attention towards breath. I told them, first day when I will teach you, you will experience something which you have not experienced before. You all are breathing. You will not experience something unusual if you do not know the technique. What I told you, a scientific explanation also can be given. You see, don't open your mouth, huh? Between the 2 nostrils, this is right and this is left. Sun and moon. If both nostrils start flowing together, that's called Susumna. First of all, when you lie down, first thing you should do, deep diaphragmatic breathing. When you push in your abdomen, that will help your diaphragm, which will push in your lungs, expel the carbon dioxide and used up gas. One thing. Without any retention, you allow your abdomen to come forward. This should be your habit. This by nature, by birth, every child does that. But this practice can be attained very soon if you do it in Savasana. Lying down, don't allow your limbs to meet each other. Do this first, then comes the Kriya. First thing is exhalation. My target is to go far beyond. You can imagine today. You see. You have that capacity. Not towards the wall. Don't visualize wall. Open the window where you can see sky. Exhale. When you are exhaling, let you allow your mind to flow with the breath, because it's the twin laws of life, your breath and mind. They are the greatest friends. They both live together. They both depend on each other. Why do you not want them to be together? So better learn, allow your mind to flow with your breath. You have no habit. So mind will run here and there. I have my office, I have my business, I have my children. Because mind does that, because mind has bad habits, other habits, other works. No, you should decide before you do this, no matter what happens, I will ask my mind to remain with the breath only. You see that you cannot go beyond this point. This is called Mooladhara. This is a triangular cavity which is at the base of the spinal column, in which dwells that something which is called power of powers. It is circle, it is coiled this way, like this, like this. Someone say it is 2.5 feet, but it's definitely 2.5 times coiled. You see, it is here in this cavity. Many names are given there. When she is sleeping here, we are in waking state. Because she is sleeping here, we are still brute. Why is she sleeping here? Because she is utilized, she is intoxicated, because of the power of consciousness. So what happens when you are intoxicant? You forget your own home. Her home is actually here. But because of intoxication, she forgets and she is sleeping here. Swadhisthana is her own abode. Swa means her own. Adhisthana means place, abode. Yogis learn to awaken that sleeping like serpent fire. With the help of this. You cannot go far, my breath cannot travel far away, I have not experienced. Okay, I will see. The ending point should be here. Beginning point should be here first. First time. Nitya, you have problem to understand, now understand this. You exhale to this point, then you inhale to this point. From now, you have changed the point. You exhale and inhale from the crown of your head to this, but first you start from here. Are you understanding? Where are you? Where is she? Nitya? Are you understanding now? No problem? Slowly you increase that space. Instead of doing this, next day you should go up to here. After a few days, take your time, 1 week or 10 days, watch the capacity of your breath. But your mind should lead it. Your mind should go, follow the breath. There should be some predetermination. What is that? When I exhale, I will purge. I will expel all my thoughts and desires through my mind. Anything that is within me, that hurts me, that does damage to my system, that creates any uneasiness in my mind and heart and body, I want to exhale it. Then I want to inhale the energy. Now I am going to give you a simple thing. You all have heard a method called hypnosis or mesmerism. Actually, the word hypnosis was found out not by the psychologists, by somebody called Mr. Mesmer, who was lost in the jungles of Africa. So he did not know what to do at night. It was a dense forest. So he went under a tree. But under the same tree he found a huge snake looking upwards. And the moment snake looked upwards, the birds fell down. Even the monkeys fell down. He said, there is something with the eyes. This snake has powerful eyes. Then he said, why only snake? Why don't I also have eyes? He started training his eyes. He did not know anything about yoga practice called Trataka. In yoga, this practice is done long ago. This has been established by the yogis. Trataka. Either they look at, there are some rules. Don't practice it unless you are told to do that. A light candle whose flame is not flickered, looked at. Water will flow, slowly you will increase minutes. One day you can do it for half an hour. But by that time, if you look towards something, you will find that electricity has passed in his body. If you look towards a dog, cat, they all become motionless. Power in your eyes. No, this is not power of eyes. Your mind becomes concentrated, and that mind is focused through one avenue called eyes. It's not only mind's power, it is power of your individual soul. How powerful you are from within, you do not know. Love is considered to be great power, power of powers, provided you don't have selfishness. You just learn to give selflessly, that's a great power. It depends which way, through which avenue you use your powers. So when you are exhaling and allowing your mind to flow, now whole body is getting relaxed. I once demonstrated, and if you are prepared, I might demonstrate tomorrow. When body is completely relaxed, you cannot lift that body easily. It will take 6 or 7 people to lift the same body, which is lifted by 2 people like this. That is a symptom how when body becomes very heavy, because it was relaxed. But it's only on body consciousness. You should feel delight in relaxation, but you got afraid.
I couldn't move.
I know that, you see. You don't have to think anything but just see. I told you to use a pillow. I told you to fix up an alarm in such cases. Do not practice more than 5 minutes. Do you know that 10 minutes practice, one pointed mind will lead you to samadhi? Do you know this? What I hear, how many hours do you sit? 2 hours I meditate. I said, no. You sit for meditation, you sit for 2 hours of course, but you do not meditate for 2 hours. Your 2 hours effort is to make your mind flow towards its target aim without any interruption. You can do it. With this, with the help of this. This is just a first step. Now, when you inhale, feel as though you are receiving energy from the atmosphere. That's true feeling. That's not something artificial. With that feeling, you are receiving energy from the external world, filling up the depth of your being because you emptied it there. When you release the energy, you release like this. When you inhale the energy, you release. Same process you will find in self-hypnosis. Same process. But if you are doing with breath, it is not self-hypnosis. If you are not doing with breath, without breath, then you are only suggesting yourself. You should go to sleep, you should go to sleep, you should go to sleep. This is called self-suggestion. Child. Lollipop. You should go to sleep, you should go to sleep, you should go to sleep. That is a bad way of doing. You all delight and think you are doing a good job. You are putting child into deep sleep. You are hypnotizing the child. You should create condition for the child to sleep in his own natural way. Child before sleep goes to restless state of mind, because his body wants to be at rest while his body has been working hard whole day. You see. Too much being with the child before going to bed is not good. Child suffers on account of sense of insecurity. Child leans on others. Child is not allowed to explore and grow. There are many things. You should be there, but not all the time singing and doing or something. And you'll see children form that habit. Finally what happens? Mother dies, you get married, man gets married, he wants same thing to be done by his wife. Honey, sing for me. He is laughing. Jatak is laughing. There is something there. This is true. To bring up child is not difficult, but to bring up child in a right way is a great skill. I have seen few mothers, they bring up child very nicely. Other mothers also bring child, but there is difference. I am talking to you about the science which is called exact science, yoga science. Slowly you will find your body is really floating. And it might float, it might even float in the space. It's not difficult. But you will find slowly that floating experience you will have. Your body is in great joy. Step by step, you should practice that. That's my point. Not to jump. Swami, you tell me the next technique. You say, why? Oh, you will come after 6 months. By that time, I want to practice this. If I give you advanced technique also and lower technique also, you will not do anything. Learn to be patient with yourself. In today's lesson, you are learning how to be comfortable in a posture which is called savasana. Savasana means corpse pose. Corpse does not talk. If somebody hits the corpse, doesn't open the eyes. First you should learn to stay, to acquire that state which is called corpse pose. Though your consciousness should be there. You should be fully conscious, but lay your body in that position. Shava asana. The word shava, what is this word? This is written like this. Why it is called shava? It is missing something. It is missing Shakti, Shiva. This word. If it is not there, it becomes shava. If you don't have energy, it is mere inert shava, corpse. During that time, you should not be active at all. Make your body completely inactive, but comfortably, consciously. Then you are relaxing. When will you relax? Not when you suggest. No. Suggestion will give poor relaxation, hypnotic relaxation. If you exhale and allow your mind to flow with that, all toxins are being expelled because you are lengthening. You are trying your best to lengthen the exhalation. All the rush of the carbon dioxide or used up gas will come back to the lungs, the storehouse, and expel. Always have alarm in this practice. Then you will be not afraid. Watch your capacity, a day or two, 3 minutes to 5 minutes. Don't go beyond this. You should not see wall in front of you. You should not visualize wall. You should visualize clean blue sky. Yes.
Now you exhale down through the body and out through the end of the spine, or
Let your mind flow with the flow of breath. But during that flow, when you are exhaling all that which you have. You want to throw away everything that you have. Because if the glass is full, how will you put something in it? You will have to empty it. Even the empty glass has something in it, that is called air. So when you fill it, then it will be filled. That is the process. You see, some people you will find, no matter how old they become, they look very fresh, young, and because of this practice. Your skin will change, first symptom. Your skin will become very smooth like silk. Your face will become very loving. Your eyes will become very piercing. These are certain symptoms I see in the, student. Now, when you are doing this, you can use Om. Because Om will direct the flow. It's like that bird which does not touch both shores, but it's like that fish which does not touch the shores, banks, but only follows the flow. It is like that bird who flies freely in the blue sky. So you are exhaling, not mere exhalation, exhaling like this. You see. Half of the sound is O and half is Ma. Because half of O, here you are silent, deep sleep. And then that sound is your amatra, you are in the state of amatra. You see, you have gone to silence. Yes?
How many times in a day should you do it?
Not more than 3 times a day. Best times are morning hours, when you are awake, yet you don't have feeling of rushing to your work. And then best hours are evening hours, when you are not sleepy or you have not overeaten. Without it, it's not good. Mind should watch the breath.
One question is from the Muladhara. Do you go along the central line outside the body, or do you go along the legs to the feet and outside the body?
No, none. You are not asking one question. Because I want someone to ask so that I feel whether you have done your homework or not. Come here. Because no, he's face this side. Now, from here, this is the point. You don't think that you are breathing this way. No. You are breathing this way. Because there are 3 channels on your body. Center is centralis canalis. At both sides are 2 ganglionated cords. And energy is flowing through this. And Kundalini is residing here. So that Om is originates from here, U rolls, A originates from here, U rolls, and then by that time it reaches here, it becomes M, silent. Then same way you come back. You don't see your breath this way. You see that breath passing through a channel. That channel is called centralis canalis, the middle channel. Okay?
But when you go outside the body?
Huh?
When you project it beyond the body?
You go beyond the body, it will go. Let it go. But as long as you are in body, there is a system. sleep and turiya, that state is called samadhi. Between dreaming and sleeping, that is called aladani. Before that, that is called unmani. Intermediate states. That yoga nidra is very close to samadhi, which comes after sleeping. Sleepless sleep. Voluntary sleep is called yoga nidra. Sleepless sleep is termed as samadhi, where you are in deep samadhi, yet you are fully conscious. Many of you think that you in deep samadhi, you are not aware of it. No, no, no. Your awareness expands. Don't lose your awareness in any situation. When your awareness slips to the valley of absent-mindedness, that's not a good sign. It should be intact. Now, I pray to the divinity in you. God bless you.